Hey there, it's Steve.
And Courtney.
From Serious Keto, and what do we have today?
We have a few ChocZero products we're going to be reviewing.
Yes, a few of them are holiday related. A couple are ones that have come out since the last time we did a review. And you know, it's been 6 or 7 months since you and I have reviewed ChocZero.
Wow.
So, in the interim, they came out with a couple of things. They came out with a honey product, and your mom and I did a review of 3 different types of honey. I'll link to that in the end card. And this peanut butter chocolate sauce.
That looks good. I'm excited to try that.
As am I. Additionally, we have a couple of things that haven't been released yet.
Christmas.
But they may be by Black Friday. At least one of them will. So I think what we should probably do... Well, do you want to start with the holiday stuff or the non-holiday stuff?
Let's start with these two.
Okay. So I've got a couple of little spoons here. Oh, regarding ChocZero, I like to get this out of the way right away. Historically, they have used, you'll see in the ingredients, either soluble corn fiber or soluble vegetable fiber. Now it is listed, and it's the same ingredient, but they've changed how they list it to non-GMO resistant dextrin. It's still the same thing. It's soluble vegetable fiber. I kind of struggled there. Is it on there as well? That is so small I can barely read it. Now, the reason ChocZero changed how they describe it or how they label it is, I guess a lot of manufacturers will use isomalto oligosaccharides, and they call it vegetable fiber or tapioca fiber in the description. I don't fully understand it. I know that some people still will have a blood glucose spike from these soluble fibers or resistant dextrins. I do not, but it's the same ingredient as they've always used. I just wanted to get that out of the way. So I figure we'll probably start with this because we'll like dip into this, so we're not doing any sort of double dipping. So this is the keto chocolate peanut butter sauce. I do not have my glasses, so if you want to read out, what is the serving size, total carbs, and net carbs?
Serving size is a tablespoon. Total carbs, 7 grams. Net carbs, 1 gram.
Okay.
So, cool. Looks really good. We love chocolate peanut butter.
Yes. How's that gym thing working?
I know, I'm like, cut this out. So I think I'm weak. You want to try it? What the heck?
You loosened it for me.
Okay.
All right. It looks kind of caramely.
It does. I don't know.
Like a dark caramel. I have a feeling like a tablespoon is going to seem like a lot if you were putting it on ice cream or something.
Oh, I don't think so.
Really? Okay.
Well, maybe.
What does that taste like?
It's like peanut butter fudge. It's really good.
It reminds me of some sort of a peanut butter candy bar. I forget which one, but...
Like Reese's Pieces.
Kind of, but it almost reminds me of something that has like a peanut butter wafer or something in it. Almost like if you took maybe like a Nutter Butter peanut butter cookie and then had some chocolate with it.
Yeah.
It's
really good.
That is really
good.
really outstanding. I take back what I said about a tablespoon maybe being too much, because I could go to town on this.
Yeah.
Wow.
A scoop of ice cream with a scoop of that on top. Perfect.
Wow.
Really good.
Winner.
Yeah.
All right. Got to make sure we get all the peanut butter and chocolate off of our spoons here.
Yeah. I'm curious about this honey because honey is very distinct of a flavor.
And the ones your mom and I tried kind of varied from like really, really runny. The one that probably had the most honey taste and texture used xylitol, which does not sit well with me. It causes me some gastro issues. I like the nozzle on this. It's sort of a rubbery sort of nozzle insert. Like I'm showing it to you, like you're going to see it. You're not gonna. But it looks like it'll control the like overflow or goo or whatever you get around the edge of the cap, and then you can't open your honey. You tasted it already?
Yeah. I'd say it's pretty honey, but there's something that's a little bit off.
I think it tastes a bit like molasses. It's sort of, it doesn't bring the whole sweetness of honey.
It doesn't, no.
I think texture-wise, It's
good.
perfect.
Yeah.
They nailed it. It's not too runny. It's not too thick. It's not gooey.
Yeah, it's not like gummy.
Yeah. Texture-wise, perfect. Taste, yeah, it's not as sweet as honey. And I think what I'm picking up is more of a molasses type of a flavor than a honey flavor. So if you go in knowing that, I think good stuff. I think if you're looking for true honey taste, watch that other review that Terry and I did. Still pretty good.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like what I would feel good substituting honey, with that. I don't know. Because, like, I don't know if I'd like putting it in, like, a latte.
No, I think probably if you're making some sort of a sauce, like a barbecue sauce or something like that uses honey, I think that would be the ticket.
If you're using it in something savory to add a little
especially
sweetness,
if it's,
probably.
especially barbecue, because I think the molasses sort of flavor goes well with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so cool. 2 down. Now it's time to move on to the holiday stuff, and we have the keto bar. This is white chocolate, not sugar cookie, it says. So I don't know if it's supposed to taste like sugar cookie, but just it doesn't have sugar. Can you give us a serving size, total carbs, net carbs?
Serving size is 1 bar, total carbs 14, net carbs 3.
Okay.
Do I subtract sugar?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
No, just the fiber.
Yep. So 11 grams of fiber, 14 carbs, 3 net grams.
So if you're counting total carbs, this is probably going to be a little bit carby for you. One of the things that I wish ChocZero would do is in the little individual bars, like label them or something. They're all just this darker wrapper. And if you've got a bunch of them, like you've opened a bunch of bags and you've thrown them into a cookie jar or something, it's sort of a surprise what you're going to get. So I don't know if you can see this, but there's little green and red sprinkles in there. It'll break off a chunk. Oh, that's a tiny chunk. You're going to even be able to taste that and give a proper review?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Here.
What do you think?
I don't like that feeling of just usually white chocolate where it's kind of like stuck in your teeth type of thing.
You're saying this is or regular white chocolate is?
All white chocolate.
Really?
A lot of times this is, it's just kind of that like sticky.
It seems like the ChocZero white chocolate can be kind of hit or miss for me. There are some that we've had that have got that very advent calendar sort of almost waxiness to it.
Yeah, this one didn't have that.
And then there are some that have just been the total like buttermilk or buttery, milk chocolatey, just melt in your mouth. This I think is somewhere in between. I think the sugar cookie, there's like, I think they put something in there to give it that sugar cookery texture. And I don't know how well that goes with the white chocolate. I'm sort of torn on this.
Yeah, it's just like not my favorite flavor. I mean, that's really the main thing.
All right, so we're gonna call that like an iffy one, sort of maybe.
It's fine.
It wasn't bad, but it didn't delight me.
Pretty sweet. Like I wouldn't want to eat that whole thing. But I don't really like eating white chocolate in general because it is so sweet. So.
Well, let's then move on to some milk chocolate.
Cool.
So we have here a chocolate Santa.
Oh, look at a little ornament.
So I'm going to pop him out and then, I don't know how many servings are in the 10 servings in a Santa?
That's what it says.
Okay. Whoa. So this is the size. I'd say a bit bigger than a bagel. This sort of thickness. So what do we have for total carbs and net carbs?
4 for total and then 1 for net.
Okay, I'll just break off a chunk. Looks like we're not actually going to get any of Santa. Oh, that's a lot there. So I'll take this one. Do you want the bigger one?
No,
okay.
It's okay. I think it kind of got like darker as it went on, and
Yeah.
I liked it. You know?
Yeah, it's not. It didn't come on strong like milk chocolate. It's somewhere in between.
Yeah.
It's not bitter like dark chocolate, but it's not nearly as sweet as milk chocolate.
Yeah, I liked it.
Okay.
I actually really liked that.
You know, I was initially just sort of okay on it, but I'm finding I'm really enjoying like the aftertaste.
I know, me too. That's what,
You know, it's like
yeah.
I'm salivating, and you know what's the little remnants of it
Like I'd have more.
are dissolving. I'm liking it more the longer it sits in my mouth.
Yeah.
Next up, we enter what I think is the danger zone. I think I slit that with my thumbnail already. So we have an advent calendar.
Aw, it's cute.
Serving
Second
size,
book.
I'm guessing serving size is 1 piece.
Yeah.
So 24, there's what, 24 pieces?
24 pieces,
Okay.
and then 6 total carbs, 1 net carb for each of the pieces.
Okay. I'll let you can pick the date if you want, even. Okay, this is definitely dark. Oh, that's a thick piece of chocolate,
yeah. Get it out.
too. People will see eventually. So yeah, I was expecting it to be more like a wafer thin sort of thing.
Yeah, it's like a centimeter thick, like a whole thing.
So can you split it? Will it break?
I think we'll have to take a bite or use a knife. It's kind of nice. Aw, you cut them in half.
Well, how else was I going to do it? I like the taste of it. I think what would make me love the taste of it is if it had some almond in it. Like if it was almond wrapped around, or the body of the little gingerbread man in chocolate wrapped around an almond.
That'd be good. I think that initially tasted like hot chocolate.
Definitely not sweet, but also
No, like a...
But it's not as bitter as, like, say, an 85% or more cocoa dark chocolate. So it's a good balance. I mean, I said, though, I think it's sort of missing something, and I think that something might be an almond. Maybe little chunks of almond or something.
Nuts always help, but they were good. I liked that better than a normal Advent calendar chocolate. It was it was nicer.
Advent calendar chocolate often, for whatever reason, it's like they always have this sort of waxy, just weird synthetic taste to them. Okay, so we got the Christmas mostly out of the way. Next up, we have this, and I probably should have gotten a knife for this. In fact, I'm going to get a knife. This will not be out until next year. I've been told, only 2 people outside of ChocZero have tasted this so far. Do you know what it is?
No.
Okay. Now
A Snickers bar.
Yeah, it looks just like it, doesn't it? I mean, I don't know if you can see it. I should probably get my camera. Here, I'll take a picture. So that's what it looks like right there once you slice it.
Why isn't it going to be out till next year?
Because they're not fully ready to release yet. I don't know if it's like manufacturing or if they're still perfecting the recipe, but they wanted our feedback on it because they know that we always give honest reviews. Okay. So they're fully prepared if we don't like it to tell them what we don't like.
Okay.
So there's your little chunk there.
Yeah.
So how's the nougat?
I don't know. I'm interested in like the parts, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. It's pretty hard to chew.
Yeah, like it's like a regular Snickers bar. You're going to be chewing that bite for a little while.
I think it tastes good, but the caramel needs to be like thinner, kind of more like, you know, like a Snickers bar, you bite it and the caramel kind of like pulls, like it's thin. Yeah,
the caramel is pretty solid on this.
Mm-hmm. And I think it needs some more peanuts.
I would also say the nougat is not as fluffy as it is on a Snickers bar. On a Snickers bar, it's a little bit fluffier. You're going to have another bite?
I think I will have another bite.
Are you cutting with the... Okay, just making sure. Similar to the Santa bar that we had, I found that the longer I was chewing it, the more I liked it. I started getting some different flavors. Towards the end, almost a little bit like a Butterfinger.
It's good.
It's good. It's just not exactly a Snickers. But it's the first thing that you've wanted a second bite of, so I guess that tells you something.
It's good.
The final product that we're trying out, and it's just in these bags right now because they haven't gone into full production yet, are marshmallows. And I have yet to encounter a keto marshmallow that really does it for me. I've tried some recipes and it hasn't turned out well for me.
I think I've only ever seen one keto marshmallow before.
We tried some out, Connor and I did. We got like a keto crate that had some in it, and I forget who makes them, but they were just insanely expensive. I do remember that. I don't know what the price on these are going to be, but I can tell you that texture-wise, these are a lot more like real marshmallow than those other ones, whatever the brand was. Anyhow, these should be available by Black Friday.
Oh, cool.
So even though we're recording this almost a month early, they should be out. So, oh, and incidentally, what I'll be doing is I will include a link down below in the description for ChocZero along with a 10% coupon code. If they do something special for Black Friday, I will do a Black Friday video where I'll do sort of a roundup of all the products, and I will include all the coupon codes and everything like that in that video. One thing I do know that they're going to do, they're giving away, I think it's chocolate-covered peanut butter jack-o'-lanterns. And you think, well, that doesn't make sense because that would be a Halloween thing. Well, they ordered too much for fulfillment by Amazon, so they wound up having a ton of this left over. So you could be getting some free chocolate-covered peanut butter pumpkins.
Cool. That sounds good.
All right. Ready?
Yeah.
Do you like marshmallows?
I never eat them plain, but I like them on the fire.
Yeah, we should have had a fire.
Yeah, you know, I have a little baby one at my house. Tastes like marshmallow.
Yeah, I think taste-wise, it's a solid marshmallow. Texture-wise, it's sort of like a slightly stale marshmallow. It's a little chewy.
A little bit, yeah.
I mean,
but it's pretty darn close.
I like more pillowy, fluffy marshmallows myself.
Yeah. Like it kind of stays wherever your teeth put it. Kind of, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I want to try roasting them. I feel like that's the real test.
You know what else might be a real test?
What?
Rice Krispie treats.
That's true.
However, we can't have Rice Krispie treats because we're keto. But we can use some of the protein puffs from ProMix Nutrition, which I did. And I made some Rice Krispie treats here.
Perfect. You really whipped those up quick.
Yeah.
Too.
Well, so to get 3 of this size, what I did was, that's chocolate. I thought this was a fly for a second on the plate. That's one of our chunks of chocolate. No worries, not a fly. I just used a tablespoon of butter, 2.6 ounces of marshmallows, and a little bit over a cup of the ProMix Nutrition protein puffs. And that yielded 3 of these bars.
Nice.
So, okay. It's tearing, I think, similar to one. Do you want this chunk or?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the way these are pulling apart, a little stiffer than a Rice Krispie treat, but I'm going to say this is a very passable Rice Krispie treat right here for keto. Wow. I haven't had a Rice Krispie treat in probably 4 years.
Oh. I probably had one pretty recently.
And how would you say this compares to the one you had relatively recently?
I feel like it's definitely harder. Mm-hmm. It's good, but the texture is off.
So I'm wondering if maybe if I use more butter, if that would get it there. Mm-hmm. But in terms of the taste and everything.
Yeah, it's comparable.
I mean, it worked. I mean, they melted really nicely on the stovetop.
Yeah.
Which I've tried some of, like I said, some keto recipes for marshmallows or recipes for keto marshmallows, and they didn't melt properly. They just sort of dissolved.
Yeah, it looks like these worked as a perfect substitute in the recipe. Mm-hmm. So I would assume that. I wonder if they'd get golden too. You know, say you put them on, I don't know, put them in the oven and roasted them.
I kind of almost feel like we need to take a blowtorch and.
I think that'd be a good idea.
All right,
yeah.
Let me get a brulee torch, and we'll put one of these on a skewer and just torch it and see what happens.
Uh-huh.
Well, probably needed more of a torchy torch, but we'll just see what happens here.
Okay. All right.
Okay, it's flaming.
Not going for the golden brown.
Well, first I thought I would try and do the thing where you crisp it and then
pull it off.
Pull off the outside.
Okay.
Like that.
Worked?
It did. I don't know that I generally love the flavor of burnt marshmallow.
Yeah, me neither.
All right, so I'm going to try and just do sort of a goldeny thing here for you.
Have you ever roasted a marshmallow with a lighter before?
Very first time.
Oh.
Right here. Can you tell? Or do I just look like a total pro?
It's pretty good. I'm impressed that it's going so well. I mean, it's like, it's good. Obviously, the whole thing isn't warm because it's not over a real fire, but... Yeah, it's like totally like real marshmallow.
Yeah.
Roasted.
So, well done, ChocZero. I think, on the whole, this is probably one of the best across-the-board reviews that we've done of their products. Usually they've got one or two things where we're kind of like, blech, you know, not so great. This, nothing was bad, and a couple were really, really pretty outstanding. I think the honey, the peanut butter sauce, marshmallow, Snickers bar are all super-duper wins. I think the chocolate bar and the advent calendar, also very good. Yeah. The white chocolate, not sugar cookie bark, it was all right.
Agreed. Yeah. Would definitely recommend buying the chocolate peanut butter sauce. Marshmallows too. Awesome.
All right.
Good win.
Well, cool. I think that is going to be it for this video. Like I said, check back on Black Friday. I will do a list of all of the deals that I'm aware of on keto products that you can get at a discount.
Sounds good. See you next time.
Thanks for watching.